Hello friends, welcome to or back to my channel. My name's Haley and today we're going to be doing a Christmas reading vlog. So I'm here with my little Christmas beverage, my Christmas cup. It's one of those icon glasses, but it's a dupe. It's from Target. Christmas trees. I also have the candy cane one. And we're going to do the Christmas things, okay? We're going to do the Christmas crafts. We're going to put up the tree. We're going to read the books. We're going to do all the things. I want to make cookies. I don't know about that one. But this is just a all things Christmas vlog that I thought would be really fun. I have some Christmas novellas that I am looking to read in this video. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm excited about the novellas because they're all kind of different genres. So the first one that I'm going to read is Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret. And this is kind of like book 2.5 in the Ernest Cunningham series, which is just the main character. The first book is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. The second one is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. And I've read both of those. I really liked them. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone was really good, and it was definitely better than the second one, but overall, like a good series. And so last year they put out this Christmas one, and basically how these books go is our main character, Ernest Cunningham, he is kind of like a stalled out author who wrote about how to write mystery books. That's like kind of his job. And so the books are very meta. He's like, I'm writing this to you, dear readers, so you can solve the mystery with me, and here's how I'm going to do it. And so it's kind of like he's talking directly to you, and he just goes and solves these murders, of course. And so this one is fun. He kind of set it up so that it is a like advent calendar if you want. There's like 24 days. And so you can like read one chapter a day, or you can just like obviously read as much as you want. And it was funny in the book. He was like, yeah, it's kind of like a Christmas advent calendar where like you can open one for each day and get the chocolate, or you could just eat all the chocolate at one time or something like that, which is funny. I will be binging this book for sure. I already listened to the first like 5 or 6 days. I was like, should I say 6, 7? But I'm not going to do it. I already listened to the first 5 or 6 days on the way home, and I am very intrigued. I don't really want to give too much away about the plot because it's already a really short book as it is, but basically, he's going to be solving a murder, right? And I'm not going to give too much about the plot right now because I haven't read like the summary, and so I don't know how much is on there. So next time I check in with you with more thoughts, I will give you as much plot as appropriate based on kind of like what I think in the summary. But for now, I am going to read that one. I am really enjoying what I read so far. Like, I just like love the way the books are written, and I love the way that the character is just like talking to you. I think it's super fun. So I am going to be reading that one first. The other books that I plan on reading for this vlog are Spectacular by Stephanie Garber, which is, it's like a novella to go with the Caraval series, which I really loved, even though the first time I read it, it was kind of by force because of this thing for work. It was like a book club-esque thing, and I had to read it, and I kept putting it off because it was like fantasy, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. I freaking loved it. Spoiler. So I'm very excited to read this little novella. This came out last year as well. And then the third novella that I 100% am gonna be reading is A Charmed Christmas, which is a novella that follows the people from the Charm Offensive. And I say the people because at this moment I cannot remember their names. I know one is named Charlie, and I want to say the other one is named like Dev or Dave or something, but I can't remember. So anyways, I'm going to be reading that one. I read The Charm Offensive last year around this time, and I loved it. I thought it was so great. So I think that would be fun. And I thought it would be fun to just read novellas to kind of take away the pressure of like reading a bunch of holiday books that are really long. But I could still read some holiday books, get in some holiday activities, you know, possibly while listening to these, and just get in the holiday spirit. Right now, I am dying from work because I'm a teacher, and right now the 3 weeks between Thanksgiving break and winter break are the worst thing. They're the worst. So I just needed, you know, a little bit of joy in my life, a little bit of Christmas spirit, if you will. So that's what we're going to be doing in this vlog. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you when I next see you, I guess. Okay, hello friends. I'm here to update you about some of my Christmas novellas. So first, I finished the novella Everyone Has a Secret This Christmas, and it was good. It was, a short little book, and we were still following Ernest Cunningham. I think last time I said I didn't know how much was said in the synopsis, so I wasn't going to tell you what it was about. But basically what happens is there's this magician, and his kind of like financial backer gets murdered right before his like final Christmas show. And so then you're trying to find out who murdered this financial backer, this guy who runs this like company, and he runs this company for or it's not a company, it's like a nonprofit, but it's like a company for like children who are addicted to drugs, and it's like a rehab almost type thing. And so then he dies, and then you're kind of following, trying to figure out who killed him. And there's like 6 main suspects, like people all associated with this like nonprofit, and he's just going through trying to figure it out. And like I said, it's set up like an advent calendar, and there may or may not be more murders, but it was pretty good. I definitely didn't see like the little twist coming. I was interested, like it kept my attention, but it was nothing super like right home about, but it was still very good. So I definitely would recommend if you'd read the other Ernest Cunningham books and you liked them. And I gave that one about like 3 stars. And then since I finished that one, I started listening to Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. And first of all, this audiobook is magical. It has these cute little sound effects and it's just so nice. I love the audiobook. And I want to disclaim that this will give spoilers for the Caraval series. So if you still have not read Caraval, first of all, what are you doing? You should read it. It's so good. But if you have not read it and you want to read it, this is going to be spoilery. There's no way to describe this book without spoiling what happens in Caraval. So this is your final warning. If you do not want to hear about Caraval and like the events, like how that kind of ends up, skip ahead. I'll put the timestamp on the screen when to skip to. Okay, so in this book, it's after the events of Caraval, and it's like the first big like Christmas celebration. It's not called Christmas, it's like the big holiday or something like that. And Tella is trying to find a present for Legend. And she doesn't know what to get him because she's like, this guy is magical. He can do anything. Like, what could he possibly want? And so Tella is trying to find a present for Legend. And she's also kind of like questioning their relationship because she's like, I know that I love him more than anything, but like, it doesn't seem like he loves me. And he's been kind of distant lately and stuff like that. And so we're just kind of following that. And like Scarlett is with Julian, and Scarlett is kind of just like preparing for the holiday. And she's like, you know, making a huge fuss about it because it was her favorite holiday when she was a kid. And so we're just kind of following that. And so far it seems really it's really fun. Like Tella, she's trying to find this present, and so she goes to this like special Christmas shop that only opens like one day a year on like, it's like the holiday eve or something. So yeah, that's how much I've listened to so far. I listened to that probably like 5 or 6 days ago, and I've been like dying to listen to the rest, but I wanted to give an update now where I'm at before I listen to the rest of it. But I have been really enjoying it, and I want to listen to the rest, and I will give you an update once I listen to the rest. And then the other novella I still do want to read is A Charmed Christmas by Alison Cochrane, and I printed it out and put it in a binder, and I don't know where that went. So I might just have to read it on my phone or my iPad or something. But yeah, so that is that. And as you saw, we did some Christmas crafts and some Christmas baking. It is already the 22nd, and I have not put my tree up, and I still want to put my tree up. I do. I'm sad that it's not up. I cried the other day because it's not up yet. So we're going to try to put the tree up and get some of the Christmas decor out. Nothing crazy, just like the blankets and the pillows. But I have to finish cleaning my living room up first, which is what I'm going to do now, and listen to the rest of Spectacular. And then I'll put in some footage of me putting up my Christmas tree. I think my sister's going to help me. It might be tomorrow if I'm being honest, but just got to clean up around here first. So that is where we're at. I am not really feeling like in the Christmas spirit, if I'm being honest, even though we already kind of had Christmas with our mom. And I don't know. I think work was just a lot. I wanted to DIY presents. I didn't have time. I've been coaching a lot. Like, I don't know. I just feel very I'm missing something, like there's something I have to be doing. And so I'm not really feeling very like relaxed or festive yet, but I'm hoping that if I put up the tree and get out my like blankets and my pillows, I'll feel a little more festive, and I'll keep listening to festive books. So yeah, that is my update, and I will see you hopefully after my tree is up. Okay, hello friends. I'm here to update you because I got my Christmas tree up and I'm so excited. It looks so good, and it definitely feels more like Christmas now that I have my Christmas tree up. And I also am here to update you because I finished Spectacular yesterday. And from what I read, I really don't think that I can tell you any more other than like what I told you synopsis wise. But I will say it did take an interesting turn that I wasn't expecting, and I did really like the way that it turned out. I think it's like a 3.5, 4-star. It was a really cute little novella that I think just like added onto the story in a nice way, and it was fine. It was good. So the last novella that I have intended to read is A Charmed Christmas by Alison Cochrane, which is a follow-up to The Charm Offensive. And again, you know what? I think it might be this binder right here. Let's see. It is. Okay, so I have this, so I can definitely read this today or later. It's only like 30 or 40 pages, so I will be reading that as my last book. And actually, that's not even true. I will be reading that, But I also have been reading some other books, and I want to tell you about that. I have been reading the Under the Mistletoe collection from Amazon, and I read Cruel Winter by Ali Hazelwood, which is like part of it, earlier this year. But I'm going to reread it right now. I read the other 4, and I'm going to reread that one, and then I'm going to talk about them all together. But I'm going to wait until I reread Cruel Winter. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to wrap some presents. And so I thought it could be fun to show you me wrapping presents. And I have some really big presents to wrap, so I'm hoping that my wrapping skills can stand up to the test of wrapping giant presents, because my sister got a walking pad and a vibration plate, and they're both massive and heavy. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to wrap presents. I'm going to listen to my audiobook. I'm going to listen to Cruel Winter with you, finish up that little series, and then I'll hop back on here once I have read that stuff. Okay, hello, I'm here for my final update on my Christmas vlog, and it's past Christmas. I know that, you know that, but we're gonna finish this vlog and I'm still gonna post it, and I'm still gonna be proud of myself for making it. So first and foremost, we're gonna check in because I finished A Charmed Christmas by Alison Cochrane, and this book was cute. It was kind of just like a little HEA, if you will, happily ever after for Charlie and Dave. And basically the book picks up nearly right after where the first book ends. And I read the first book a little bit ago, so I don't remember it perfectly, but basically, like, at the end of the first book, they get together, which is not a spoiler because it's a romance book, and if you read romance, you should expect them to get together. Okay, thank you. But anyways, it's basically just them at Christmas time and their little HEA, and it was cute. I liked it. It was nothing super special, as most novellas aren't, but yeah, I'm glad I read it, and I'm glad that I can mark another book off my list. So that is the original books I was gonna read in this vlog, and then I also got Kindle Unlimited, and so I had access to the Under the Mistletoe collection by Amazon, and I listened to all of these on Audible because it was like free with the Kindle Unlimited. All these stories were not created equal. Okay, let's talk about them from worst to best. So the worst one by far was Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. This book was disgusting. I hated it so much. Okay, this book. So basically we're following this single mom, and she like moves to this like small town in Texas, and she like works in this like thrift store kind of, and she also kind of like makes her own clothes. And there's this guy that comes in, and he's massive and huge because of course he is, and no clothes ever fit him, and he rips the jeans when he tries them on. And so then since she likes to make clothes, she like makes him a pair of jeans and she takes them to him. And then like it goes from there, and it's really just like lusty and gross. Like, this book literally has a 2.7 rating on Goodreads. That tells you how bad it is, okay? And I never want to read a Tessa Bailey book again after this, so I think I know what I'm unhauling when I do my unhaul. I was gonna read some of these quotes that are in this review that I read from the book that were making it actively disgusting, but I don't want to read any of this on the internet. The one I will say was, why was I so turned on watching him eat his 4th grilled cheese? Ew, Queen, no, ew. It
It was terrible. It was 1 star. That is the worst book I have read all year. I can't say the other ones on the internet. I can't. But just trust me, this book was terrible. Okay, the next worst one was Only Santa's in the Building. And this one was fine, other than the fact that these two people, so basically this one, you have this girl who lives in this apartment building in New York City, and you have this guy who also lives in this apartment building in New York City, and they run into each other like kind of frequently, and she says something about how, and he's like always helping her, and she like has a crush on him, and she's like, oh, he's so cute, he's so sexy, blah blah blah. And she like, he helps her bring in her Christmas tree, and she says something about not getting the ornaments, and so then he starts like making her ornaments and putting them on her door, but she thinks it's someone else. And then they go to this Christmas party where they are all dressed up like Santa, and she dresses up as like the Mariah Carey like outfit from All I Want for Christmas Is You, and he is like a carpenter Santa. And and this one was fine, other than the fact that they literally knew nothing about each other, but then they just like got each other so well, and then like after they hooked up one time, they were basically like in love. And I was like, I get like hitting it off, like I get it, but like, ew, no. Okay, next was Merriment and Mayhem. This was the next worst or best, or no, this was the next best one. This one was just a little too pick me. This girl, her grandma died. That sounds terrible, but her grandma died, and she gets her grandma's house. And then, well, she gets it, but then her uncle actually has it or something like that. But she's in this house by herself, and she's just like accident prone, and she like catches her oven on fire, and then the fire department shows up, and then there's this firefighter who's like really into her. And so then they kind of like want each other. And this one was, again, still like, I don't know if I even said this in the last one. It was very insta love again, but like they were very into each other, but also like they weren't in love. Like they were like lusting after each other, and they like hooked up and stuff, but like they weren't in love by the end of the 70-page book, right? Whereas the other one, they were like in love. So that's why this one is slightly above, but the girl's a little too pick me for me. And that's coming from someone who might sometimes be a little bit of a pick me. Then the next best one was All by My Elf by Olivia Dade. And in this one's actually funny. And this one, part of the reason why I like this one is because they know each other. So it is these two professors, and they somehow get this job of like driving around in this like giant sausage shaped vehicle selling some sort of like Christmas sausage, which is as ridiculous as it sounds. That's like what it was. But basically, they are stuck in this vehicle in a snowstorm, and then they have to confess their true feelings, and of course they're in love with each other. But this one, like, it's not gross that they're in love with each other, because they've known each other all semester, and they kind of like have reasons why they like each other, and they can articulate why they like each other and what they know about each other. And so this one was fine. Then the best one is Cruel Winter with You by Miss Ali Hazelwood. Is anyone shocked? No. I actually already read this year, so this was my second time reading this. And this one, you know, it's like childhood best friends. It's like best friend's brother. And, you know, this girl, she grows up as a single child, and she grows up just with not a single child, an only child with a single parent, her dad. And her dad kind of like dates people on and off, and so she kind of has this complex of like, oh, I'm the reason why people never stay, and like, how is anyone gonna love me, blah blah blah. And so she kind of has like that whole complex. But then she's like, her best friend's brother has been like secretly in love with her, and she finds out like when she's in high school, but then they kind of move on and go past it, but then they kind of aren't past it. And then she gets stuck at his house in a snowstorm, and then, you know. So overall, I would say that this little collection of stories is fun if you're just looking for like a little short story romance, like a short little romance story to, you know, have fun, get you some books read. I would skip the Tessa Bailey one personally, but otherwise, yeah, they can be fun. They could be enjoyable. I think all of them were nice except the Tessa Bailey one. So that is that. I was like hoping to finish editing this video, and then I just yapped for 8 more minutes. So love that for me. But if you are still here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you had a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a great Christmas. If not, I hope you had a great holiday. I hope you're getting some rest, taking a break. And I just really appreciate you being here. I cannot wait to make more videos and post more videos in the new year. And I would love it if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Love you.